Good morning. I can count on one hand the number of times I've been asked to record with the UI16. It's not a multi-track recorder. It only records the stereo outputs. And the stereo outputs off of a mixing console are not really all that useful. You know they're going to be very heavy in vocals for a typical band. Oftentimes the guitar player is not in the mix at all, other than bleeding all over the other microphones. So it's not a really useful thing. I do have an issue with the recording of on the UI16 that I'll talk about today. Let's get started.
I have the mixer set up for recording a band. You'll notice that I have the master fader set for unity gain. That's where I like it. And let's proceed and set the gains. So here we go. We're going to set the gains. I like to go about minus 12 dB. So I'm going to set, for now, I'm going to set everything right around minus 12 dB. Let's wait for the lead vocal to come in. There it is. Whoa. Let's watch for a minute and make some final adjustments. And I'd say that's pretty close to everything being around minus 12 dB. So next, I'm going to get a basic mix. Okay, now I'm going to get a basic mix. It'll be a quick one. Cigar. Later on I saw them in the backseat of his car. Camille, my little ragtime. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Oh, Camille, let me show you how I feel. Oh. This is the jump drive I'll be using to record with. And this is a 30 gigabyte thumb drive. Formatted FAT32, as you can see. Okay, I have inserted a USB jump drive into the record USB port on the UI16. I'm going to hit record, start the music, and we'll see what happens. Okay, when I put the jump drive in my computer, on the jump drive is a folder that says recordings. And inside there is a recording, and we'll have a listen and see what it sounds like.
The settings that you saw me using in this demonstration work very well for me in a live situation. The PA system sounds strong and loud, clear and nice. It works well for me with these settings, which I believe are pretty much proper gain settings. But the recording that comes off of the jump drive from the UI16 is a very quiet recording. The audio level is very low. I'll try to demonstrate this. I'm going to take the outputs of the UI16 directly into Pro Tools at all the proper gain settings, and we'll compare that with the output that was sent to the USB drive.
Charlie and Camille were dancing when I walked into the bar. Charlie looked at me, took a drag from his cigar. Later on I saw them in the backseat of his car. Camille, my little ragtime girl, you broke my heart.
Soundcraft acknowledges this low volume problem with the recorder. Their suggestion is to raise the gain levels to a high level. But I don't like to raise the gain levels much beyond minus 12 dB. I find that creates problems, especially if you're using monitor wedges. They become very prone to feedback with the gain set that high. And also you're more likely to get clipping when someone hits a string too hard or something like that. So I like the gains right where they are. My solution is to take the jump drive, take the recorded file into, say, something like Pro Tools, and I can bring the level up there fairly easily. But it would be nice if I could just pull the jump drive out of the unit, the UI16, and hand it to the client and say, there's your recording. But if you do that, you're probably going to hear back from them that the recording is way too quiet. So I guess in conclusion, if you have to record with the UI16, a live show, I would either take the recording home and adjust the volume myself and then send it to the client, or at least have the client aware that what's on the jump drive is going to be at a low volume. A lot of your clients probably can handle that problem themselves. So there you are. Thanks for watching.